So, what is groupthink? Groupthink defined by the internet. Let's see who this is. Well, I guess that's just a website that's named Dictionary. So, groupthink defined by dictionary is the practice of thinking or making decisions as a group in a way that discourages creativity or individual responsibility. And yes, group thinking does discourage creativity, or it better yet, it suppresses creativity and it suppresses the an individual's um, desire to think in as an individual responsibly. So I brought that up to bring in this situation. I've been staying in my apartments for about 6 years. Have a I have some neighbors that's a couple, and all they do is fight a lot, argue a lot. They argue really loud. They come outside of their home and their apartment and they just argue really loud, and it cause a lot of frustration and confusion. Then there's my new neighbor who's only been staying here for only about a few months to a year. She decides, hey, um, she, I don't know exactly what was going on with her when she was thinking about this, but she decides to start to hang out and to become friends with them. I thought to myself immediately, that's gonna be trouble for her. And she just don't see it yet. Certain things in life that happens, it it tends to become a repeatable cycle. And in certain some philosophies and things like that will tell you that when you hang around angry people, you'll get yourself into some mess. And I saw that and I was thinking, yeah, I feel sorry for her because she's thinking that she's just meeting some friends. She's thinking that, these will be some people that she can hang around with and have a nice time. Well, just recently they got into that couple, the neighbors, the couple, they got into one big argument, and just so happened my other neighbor that stays right next door to me, this was babysitting their child. So when the couple got into the argument, they brought that argument, that frustration, all of that negative energy straight to her house. And then guess what? Their frustrations and all that stuff was taken out on her. And she had nothing to do with whatever they were angry with about. So that's the bad thing about groupthink. About, excuse me, the old saying of how birds of a feather flock together. You have all these different things that you have in common. That's what that saying really means, is that people that have many things in common, they'll eventually gravitate towards each other. And that's exactly what happened with this situation. But she didn't notice she was gravitating to some hostile people that were going to eventually cause havoc in her life. And that's what happened. But she's still kind of connected to them because she's dating one of their relatives, which isn't a good thing. Because once things go sour between her and that relative, then they're going to come jumping down her throat again. So I hope someone is learning something from this about groupthink and about group conformity, because that's another popular word known among psychology concepts, because this stuff is true. This is just one of the examples, the many examples that I'll bring out in future videos.